Alright guys, this is Metal Gear Survive. Um wow, it's the beta. It's out, it's playable, go play it. Personally, I honestly did not care about this. I wanted nothing to do with it. So but here we are. I figured let me do it for the channel. Let me put it up there. We'll see what happens. You guys will get my opinion and everything. I actually just played the game through, reading stuff or whatever, and just playing it without speaking, so I had time to concentrate and everything. So I'm recording the commentary over this during editing, just to give out my opinion and not be obviously distracted by the game. Yeah, Metal Gear Survive. What do we do about this? It's supposedly part of the Metal Gear family now. Unfortunately, Konami's kick in the face to Kojima, I guess. Trying to say, hey, we can still do it without you, which they really cannot. Let's be honest, we know they can't. So they decided to make a game where it's like a tower defense type thing with these weird zombies with, you know, crystal shards in their head or whatever. They look like unicorns. Essentially, obviously it's about survival. I don't know if there's going to be a campaign mode or a story mode in it. But it's supposed to take place immediately after the events of Ground Zeroes. For those of you who don't know what happened in Ground Zeroes and don't want it spoiled for you, go watch someone play it. Go play it yourself if you want to play it yourself. But if you haven't played it by now, I mean, it's been out for a while, and I don't know what you're doing anyway. But spoilers, if you're still here after that point, the events of Metal Gear 5 Ground Zeroes, so about Big Boss going and infiltrating enemy territory, whatever. He's going to look for Paz and a boy named Chico. Paz is obviously from Peace Walker. That whole thing, I'm not going to explain that. That's way old at this point. That was like PSP old. Yeah, he essentially went to rescue them. They found out that they were still alive, so he wanted to find them, bring them back, yada yada. So meanwhile, Huey Emmerich is setting this thing up where these people, these inspectors, so to speak, come and they're supposed to give them some kind of like it's an inspection essentially. They're looking for any kind of nuclear equipment or ballistic missiles and shit like that. Which by the time the boss returns back to Mother Base, you find out it was a setup, and Mother Base has been attacked and is being burned to the ground. Where Metal Gear Survive comes in is after the boss rescues Kaz and a couple other soldiers. They get on a helicopter, they get out of there, but the helicopter's blown up. So right after their helicopter leaves, the remaining people on Mother Base are sucked into some kind of wormhole, and here we are. Already starting off, you guys, excuse me, you guys who have played Metal Gear 5 might recognize this screen. This is straight out of the online gameplay for Metal Gear 5. Actually, you do it at the beginning of the story where Venom Snake, or as you know yourself to be, Big Boss, is getting his face reconstructed to look like someone else. When actually it turns out it's you creating your online character, and the real story goes that this person's face that you're seeing now was reconstructed to look like Big Boss. Venom Snake. Whatever. This is ripped straight out of it, and I don't understand why. I was hoping, I had held out some kind of hope that Konami was just going to be like, we're gonna build this game fresh. We're gonna do everything fresh, whatever. They essentially ripped all their assets out of Metal Gear 5 because they could. And it's not... I personally don't like that. I was hoping for something more original than this, but I mean, I get it. It's character creation thing. They didn't even really add too much more. I mean, there's like some new tattoos or some stuff I never remembered seeing in the Metal Gear 5. But you'd think they do a little bit more. This whole thing is fine. I just wish every single piece of everything here wasn't ripped. This is just me playing with the voices. I go deep into my character creation. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, this is what started it off for me, and I was just like, I don't like this. I don't like that they, rip things or whatever. Getting past this now, we're gonna get into some of the actual gameplay soon. It still does the thing where it's like, hints, whatever. You got all that fun stuff, which some of it, I mean, I barely look through it, I'll be honest. Doesn't really help. Not at all. Here's some of the very short tutorial on the area that you're in. And the area that you're in is essentially your hub. It's where you can team up with, I'm assuming other people too, but team up with friends. You invite your friends to come play. I'm pretty sure it's up to like 4 people. I mean, who would have thought 4 people? Everyone's essentially doing that nowadays. There's me getting a supply box of revival pills, which you'll see being used later. And there's the teleport in, the wormhole teleport in that was made, you were able to use in Metal Gear 5 when you were infiltrating other people's mother bases or when you were just stealing stuff from regular enemies in the game. But there is a supply box system. Oh boy, let's not get into that. We already know that's going to go downhill. So essentially, you get login bonuses. Login bonuses are fine, but I'm sure they'll have you pay for more supply boxes if you need them, which will include more of the revival pills. I'm just playing with the controls right now, seeing what I can do. Yeah, everything literally plays the same as Metal Gear 5, with the exception of a couple things which we'll get into later. Is me playing with the pokey stick. The CQC is almost non-existent. We'll get into some of that in a little bit. And the weapons are garbage essentially. You essentially, if you're playing by yourself and you don't have some kind of long range weapon like the pistol there, or your pistol runs out of ammo, they come at the enemies come at you in groups. You're fucked. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. So, like I said, you'll see in a second what I mean once I stop running around and actually jump into a game. I'm obviously going to cut some of this out if that's possible. Here's the accept mission list. I don't know what open events are, but all this is you accept missions. These are salvage missions. This is what I did. I didn't see anything else to do or whatever, and that's me loading in. I didn't notice until last minute that there was a map of everything, and as you can clearly see, we are in Afghanistan from Metal Gear 5. Afghanistan. It does not make any sense with the storyline. I mean, I guess if you really want to get technical, sure. Big Boss and all his crew and everything, they could have went to Afghanistan before. But you'll see in a second, with the assets being ripped out of 5, everything looks exactly like it did in the game. I mean, look at this. Shit just being dropped out of the wormhole. You have 5 minutes to gather things, but it doesn't tell you that. It just tells you to have 5 minutes until the digging begins, and you're kind of just sitting there like, okay, the fuck do I do, and why am I so far away from the digging? I can't punch barrels. That's a thing. But you're supposed to, break wood, grab the materials on the floor. You'll see. It'll give me the prompt to pick them up. Here's the first enemy fight. And you'll see in a second, like, that's your stamina running out, by the way. Runs out completely, you stop in place and can't do anything. Look how slow that is. I hate it. Yeah, you break things, you get the materials from it, you build fences. That's essentially what it is. Alright, so here we are. Many of you have probably seen this exact same building in Afghanistan. You're playing through Metal Gear, you have to infiltrate an enemy base. Here we go, I'm about to just die right here. Yeah, that's it. Just stop running. Very nice. Look at the scenery. You'll see pieces of Mother Base just strewn about the whole area. I didn't explore any further than where I was supposed to be, so you won't really get to see what's further away, but that's fine. Yeah, you just collect materials and they don't say what to do with it. They're just like, hey, you got this. I'm sorry, guys. The experience I had playing this was, at first I was just like, okay, let me give it a try. Can't be that bad. Trying to play it was that bad. It really was not all that fun. Now, I'll give it some slack because my dumbass did this by myself when I was supposed to do it with other people, but they labeled this specific mission as easy, and when I see easy, I'm expecting, I can kill things in like 2 shots. Type easy. Which, if you have the pistol, go for it. By all means, you can kill everything in 1 shot as long as you hit that crystal piece or whatever. Enemies don't really drop a lot. Yeah, I mean... By the way, guys, don't take my word for all of this. Please, please go play the game yourself. Play the beta. It's out. I don't... excuse me. I don't remember how long for, though. But I know it started today. So... Well, yesterday. For you guys. That's going to confuse me. So go check it out. Play a little bit of it. Gather your friends. And... leave a comment how you feel about it. If you do that, just let us know, like, your opinions and everything. Here we go. Going back to the CQC, that is literally it. You see me throwing punches, but you don't do anything, and he just trips me up like it's nothing, and my health is almost halfway down. So there is no real CQC unless an enemy grabs you, and they don't always grab you. That is an issue. I don't like that. Metal Gear was coming up, created like this feeling of like, if I can't pull out my gun right away, I can just beat the shit out of him with my hands. But in this, you can't do that. That's just not something you can do, and it's upsetting to have a Metal Gear game without the CQC. I'll be honest. Also, you can't break everything. Fuck that. So here we are. This is the scavenging area. 54 seconds until the machine drops or whatever. And see, that's it. The only way you can charge attack is if you don't have a weapon in your hands. You sprint and you just throw that wild right hook or whatever. And I don't even know if that does anything. But you can't sprint at something and then, try and hit them with the weapon. You'll pull the weapon out fast, but you'll be too slow in actually wielding it to poke or stab or do whatever you need to do to get the enemy off of you. Also, you climb through windows. You don't jump through them anymore. So, yeah, this is me getting the beat down. That's my first revival pill. So I'm like, okay, I'm fresh to this. I don't really understand what's going on. Cut some slack. I only use 1. I have 2. Advanced Gadget Workbench. Just menus popping up. It's ridiculous. I don't even have enough stuff to make anything. Because instead of going and collecting, I was trying to figure it out. Reminder to myself to do the tutorial next time. So here it is. You've all seen this in Fortnite if you played it. It's something similar. The scavenging machine, let's call it that. So they come in waves, obviously. Got some guys who can't use their legs apparently. That machete is probably the best, melee weapon that you have. But when they come at you in teams and in groups and all that fun stuff, I was able to use points to speed up the digging. I was like, let's just get this over. When they come at you in groups, it's a whole different story. And I made the mistake of just running in and thinking I can just slash at them and they'll be fine. There is a point where I do that, and I do manage to hit all of them at once. But they all get up, and then they all decide to hit you. This is my first mistake here. Well, not my first. Another mistake here. I should have held off on the pistol, but I got too, like... I guess I got scared in a sense. I got spooked. They spooked me, so I was just like, let me use the pistol, shoot everything down. There's my second revival pill. Should have saved the pistol. You guys see why in a little bit. Combat's not great. I didn't even try the stealth because I was just like, I doubt stealth's gonna work. It didn't look like stealth was gonna work. And see that I tried to charge and kind of slash with the machete as I was charging in. It didn't work, and I've got this group here. So I'm like, damn, and then they're gonna break down the wall and fall down. So yeah, I could hit them all at once with that, and it does a good amount of damage. But then they just ruined me, and then the waves cleared out. I don't know, guys. Like, nothing about this is good enough for me to be like, I'll play the beta again. But I'll look more into it, and maybe one of the other guys will do it and give their opinion at a later time. I'll ask if anyone wants to. If not, you'll know because you won't hear from us on the matter. You'll see a whole different video come up. But I can't. It can't be me. Also, what game gives you the option to make arrows, but not the option to craft a bow? Oh, but you can fix stuff. It does have, the weapons do degrade after a time, very slowly, though. But I guess that's all on the rank, so these are like green weapons. So maybe they last longer. I have no idea. There's no explanation on that, unless it's in the tutorial, which I never did. So 3 waves, easy mode. I used 2 revival pills on the first wave. So, as you can probably imagine, I did not do well in the second. But we'll get there. I tried crafting some things to maybe help. I had none of the supplies. And the supplies that I needed weren't in the area. So, I kind of just got kerfuckled and shit. I was able to build fences, though. Put up some defenses. That's a joke as bad as this game. So I made, I guess 6. I think that number ended on. Yeah, 6. I threw them up there. I was just like, you know what? If I'm at least gonna do this if I can't do anything else. Also found out that's the map. You have other items you can use, and that's with the left D-pad and the right D-pad. You got your healing, you got your fence. You have your warp pad. Oh my god. We will get to that later. You will see me use it, but I won't say anything because I didn't notice it at first. I didn't notice it till the end. The warp pad thing is very cool. It's just like, oh shit, you're far away, but you need to be there like right now. So you drop one, where the machine is. You're out doing your thing. Oh no, they're attacking. You just teleport right back immediately. That's good. That's nice. I appreciate that because I wouldn't want to be sprinting back, 1,000 kilometers to get to where I need to be. But yeah, that's me being out of fences, and here comes wave 2. And there's the warp pad there. Just gonna place it down. And this is just me testing it, see what it does. And yeah, it's a little slow, but it's not bad. You get to where you need to be, and you can pick them back up. They only, I guess they're infinite, or you could just use the one. But you can pick her back up. There's a cooldown for you to be able to use it again. Now I'm out of pistol ammo. I didn't check to see if I can make any, and at the same time, I don't think I could. So, threat approaching. That's me being dumb. I pressed the wrong button. These guys, these are bombers. A whole wave of bombers. Well, and some regular things. What they don't tell you is that they headbutt, do a hell of a lot of damage, and they explode on low health. Very nice. Essentially pumpkin heads here. They do a lot of damage, and that's ridiculous, just from a headbutt. Okay, I get it. They need to attack or whatever in some sort of way, but just explode, and that's my game over. That's my ending there. You cannot dodge in this game whatsoever. There is no dodging mechanism, system, whatever you want to call it. There's no dodging. You can't jump out of the way when something is going to happen. If you're aiming down the sights or whatever, you can do it normally. So if you're attacking or whatever, you're holding that down the L2 to pull out your weapon and attack. You're holding down L2. You can't double tap, I think it's the X button, to jump out of the way. You can do it if you're not holding the weapon. But if I'm attacking things and I notice I'm getting swarmed or something, I want to be able to just dodge out of the way, no matter what. You cannot do that. My God, my biggest issue with this is that the time doesn't make any sense. Like, how does that? I hit the table. How does that work? You know, the game happens out, like everything happens out in the middle of the water. How do they know where Afghanistan is and what it looks like? Why have they been teleported there? Or is this just some random world that's generated for them, and they're just like, yeah, I'm in this warp hole, but here I am in the sandy desert, but there are these man-made buildings? That doesn't make any sense. I can understand if they use the assets for the beta and were just like, hey, this is temporary, but they could have done so much better. There's so much more they could have done for this. Like, they could have done a whole lot of good on this, you know. They just didn't. They ripped assets and ideas from, well, they ripped assets from Metal Gear 5. They took Fortnite and had it meet with, like, Dead Rising and kind of threw that in there, you know. I mean, I couldn't even get the Dead Rising part. I just had the poker stick. You're supposed to be able to craft these ridiculous weapons or whatever, craft a bow and be able to attack, and it just wasn't working. Well, not working. You couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. My final thoughts on it, I wouldn't buy it. I couldn't. I would rather them delay this game to rebuild it from the ground up, take off the Metal Gear name and everything, and make it not have anything to do with Metal Gear, and then release the game. It would work out pretty okay. Oh yes, here's where you pay attention to this. Warp pad. You expect like a little circle on the ground, whatever. No. I'm running away and I look back and I'm just like, wait, that's the warp pad, right? So I teleport back to it. And if you look closer, which I'm about to do for you, if I can figure out the buttons, it's a claymore. It's a fucking claymore. What teleportation device do you know is a claymore? Anyway, back to my final thoughts. Rebuild the game from the ground up. Use a new game engine. Use new assets if you need to. I mean, this game engine works. But the assets, come on, don't just rip from your old game because you can. Build something new. Do something fresh with this. You were trying to prove a point, Konami, and the only point you proved was the internet. You guys are shit. And it sucks to see you go under. Not so much anymore. You know, I'm over feeling bad for you guys, let's be honest. But I can see people enjoying this game. I'll be honest. I can see people enjoying this game. Do I see myself enjoying this game? Not one bit. I can't. It does nothing for me. All it does is make me sad that it's a Metal Gear game. You know, and I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. And I'm sure there are people that are just like, oh, just get over it. If you love the series, you'll give it a chance. This is me giving the beta a chance. And I don't even want to go through with that. I mean, I played once. And I essentially I gave up. I wish I had not fucked up with my audio. And you would have heard me I was cursing up a storm. I was just like, fuck this. I'm not playing this fucking game anymore. I hate it. That was my fucked up opinion. Here's my professional opinion. Needs a lot of work. A lot of stuff needs to be changed. It's not gonna really appeal to a large group of people, and that's gonna be the downfall of this game. It's gonna suffer just like Lawbreakers did, and I love Lawbreakers, and I still play it to this day, but it came out more like, props to Lawbreakers for coming out during a time where, you know, big titled games were coming out, and it kind of was just thrown, you know, pushed under the water while everyone's trying to get out of the pool, essentially. You know, it was never really given that much of a chance. The player base fell off after like a month, but I feel like this is gonna happen with this game as well. If this is the route they're going down, you know, if this is what they're doing with this game, if they don't fix it, they're gonna be the ones stuck under the water while everyone's trying to get out the pool. I don't know, but that's up to them. Whatever they want to do with their game, it's their work of art. It's their baby. Let them do whatever they want. Everyone, you know, just give them some breathing room. We all know Konami's got issues, but we gotta let them do what they need to do and get out everything they need to get out with what they're doing. So don't take my word for it. Go and play the beta. Go download the beta now. I'm pretty sure it's not just on PlayStation. I'm pretty sure it's on Xbox too. No idea if there's a PC port. Nintendo Switch, don't even think about it. Go play it for yourself. Go and see for yourself everything and more. Don't be like me and just play the objective. Go explore, see what's there, see what you can do. Fuck it if you fuck up and lose the first round or whatever. Go back and just find everything out. Find your own opinion on this. I want to hear everyone's opinions. Just throw your opinions down in the comments. Let us know that you played it. Let us know that you're not going to play it. Let us know what you feel about it, whatever. Buy it, won't buy it. We want to hear from you guys, you know. And if you guys do decide to play it and you got no friends, don't be afraid to shoot us a message or comment saying, hey, I'm a lonely person. Could you guys play with me on this and help me to not suffer alone? We're good guys like that. But thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Go play the game yourself. Don't forget to like and subscribe to us. Don't forget to check out the stream that is happening today, whether it be before or after this video this week. And yeah, tell your friends, share with your friends, tell everyone about it. Get us out there. Help. But no, seriously, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.